All right, and welcome to another show here at Stay Tuned with Troy and Howie. And we have not only a special guest, but a familiar guest once again. And it's none other than Jay Edwards. What's up, buddy?
What? When do we start? Are we starting now?
Yeah, we're starting. Yeah, Jay.
Hey, I'm
That was,
just glad you showed up somewhat on time.
Yeah, you were on
yeah.
time. You're not at a steakhouse. You're not in your vehicle. I mean, this is. I mean, did we get a studio tour again, or did you update it since last time?
Uh, so actually, I'm in the dining room tonight.
All right.
So it's
All right.
yeah, my
So he sat down for dinner and he forgot that we were going to be
Yep,
doing
that's
the
what it
show.
is. That's what it is.
just Dr.
Is Mrs. Edwards around?
She's trying to get ready. She tried to get 45 minutes of lawn mowing in before we have to go down to this little thing down.
Well, yeah, I got mine done today too. It's supposed to rain out here tomorrow, so I
Yeah.
got mine done as well. So,
Yeah.
Jay, man, how you been, man? It's good to see you.
Bro, just running and gunning. We are hitting it and getting it and trying to stay with it. That's what I'm saying, man. It's
Yeah.
crazy, but
I
crazy.
I did pull your shows up here, and looks like you're going to be in Nashville here next week, huh?
Yeah, I had to go get my book and make sure we're doing. Well, this week coming, we're doing some stuff, and then next week we're running to Dunn, North Carolina, and
Yeah.
then
Okay. That's right. And this Wednesday, as we're recording here on Tuesday. So tomorrow night you're actually in Nashville, and then next Thursday you're down in North Carolina, huh? When's the last time you've been down that way?
I think it hasn't been too bad. It's like October of last year. I think we did a run towards South Carolina in October every year, and so I think that we ran through Dunn that run. So
Okay.
So you've been to that venue before?
I've been there one time before, but funny thing is, it's something my wife worked on for years, and she trying to get me in there, and they were like, we just don't know if we can sell tickets, and then we said we can come by on a kind of in the middle of the week, and they said let's try it, and I think they like us. They ask us back, so
that's usually a good sign. If you want to find tickets here, go to jedwardsmusic.net or .com. Jay was gracious enough to get both of those sites, so go there and check it out. Everything is on there. All the links to all his socials. You can find his shows on there, his pictures. You can check out some of his music on there, and if you want to contact him at all too, you can contact him through that website as well.
Yeah. That's what we do. We put out cards and stuff all the time. It says Jared Wade used to say, "Call me on the internet."
Call me on the
internet. Yeah, send me some email. Sure enough, send me something, and if you want me to come by your house and play some music, I'll do that. That'd be great. So
there you go. I'm having a hard time sleeping, Jay. Maybe you could come sing me to sleep.
Well, I do have a little bit of an addition connected to my house. If you do need to ever stay overnight or whatever, you're always free to stop by for real.
Thank
you. Because I know you're going to be in Pennsylvania June 12th.
Yes.
Yeah. What is that? The Ponderosa Barn?
Right. Yeah, we got the dates right this time. It's June.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
And I will say this on that one, that there's a possibility that if we were to sell out the show.
We have a deadline on that. I was going to ask you that, Jay. When does it have to be sold out by?
I'll have to send you all word back.
That's okay.
But I'm sure, as long as we had time to do some more promotion. So probably midway through next month or this coming month. And so we can get there and get that. So if we do sell it out, there's a potential to put a show before it instead of having to worry about trying to do it after it. We're to one before it.
Okay.
Well, I see you have a show. You have a show booked right after that anyway. So
yeah,
you're out in Clark, Pennsylvania, which is that out? I looked it up. That's out near the Ohio border, correct?
Yeah, that's out west, Western PA.
So that's where the Honest Amish guys are from.
Ah, okay. There you go.
Nice.
Right.
Up there.
Still a good partnership with them?
Yeah, we're still good buddies. Not like we were. I mean, I don't mean buddies. We're not doing the big sponsorship like we were before, but yeah, we still spend a lot of time with them, and they're good
Gotcha.
friends.
Good.
We got bigger things coming up here in the future that I know they're going to be in on. So, and they'll always be um, listed somewhere there on the website. They've been so good to us, man, especially through COVID, and
Hmm.
they just took care of us, and so we're super indebted to them, really. And
Always been supporters of some kind.
yeah, oh yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Thanks.
let's rewind here just for a few seconds here. Let's go back to Friday, June 12th at the Ponderosa Barn in West Grove, Pennsylvania. Show is 8 to 10. Doors open usually about an hour before that. Jay, do you remember? Or
Yeah, I think so. I think it's kind of. I think it is about an hour, and it
yeah,
kind of
that's
lets
kind of what rings a bell to me. Yeah.
down around a
And
little
that is a
bit.
BYOB place, and snacks and everything like that. So if you're going to that show, bring a little bit of something to munch on, bring a couple drinks, and
Yeah,
have a great time. It's a
it,
really nice looking venue, Jay. When we were down
Yeah.
there, it's a beautiful place.
it's a beautiful place, and that too, bringing your own, it just kind of keeps so much traffic, from
Yep.
going to the bar and having to
Yep.
go here and there. And, well, I got to get more drinks, and we go. It's kind of self-contained. You're there, but at the same time, it's like if you want to get up and dance, there's an area right over here. Just get up and we have it is a really cool groove.
It is.
Yeah.
He
I
did a
love.
beautiful job with that place. And the other thing, Jay, too, is you were talking about, the traffic going to the bar, but not just that, the fact that if people are going to this place, they're not just going because they found themselves at a bar and there's a guy up here singing. They're
Right.
going because they wanted to see you.
Yeah, that's the truth. It's one of those things. It's on somebody's personal property, so you're not walking up down the street and just happen to fall into that place.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
we
I can't express enough too, Jay, man. You put on an amazing
Yeah,
show.
you really do.
You really do. It's a
It's
lot
a
of
ton
fun.
of
You're
fun. Ton of fun.
entertaining.
You tell
Yeah,
great stories, and then you
you
have
really do.
of course, you have your funny dad jokes in there sometimes too. So.
Yeah. I mean, everybody has their faults, but yeah.
yeah, man, golly, we've just been doing it a while, and it just seems to it just I don't know. Some of it's a little bit of icebreakers and helping folks get used to you, and with some new people there will be some new people there, but
For sure.
and we just, I mean, that's it. I tell you what, I surely didn't want to go back to roofing houses. So I mean, this is really what I
Is
and
that what you were doing before you got into music, Jay?
no, not
Oh,
really. I mean, so I've always come up doing music because I did music with my family and in the
right.
church.
Yep.
So, but here's the deal. The reason I say that about roofing houses is because my dad, as a pastor, we were always in a building program or something for the church. The church was always growing. We
Mm.
needed more rooms. You got to put in, So yes, I've torn the old tar off of a flat roof in the back, and I've breathed all that asbestos and all in, and
Ugh.
I've since I can remember. And then my ex father-in-law was a carpenter and a great finisher, which meant he spent most of his time on a roof.
Mm.
Not
Yeah.
really finishing. He's going in a small town. So when I'd come off the road, they'd call and say, "Hey, just wondered if you could go help. It's 6:30 in the morning. Can you be out here in 30 minutes?" And I came rushing in one time, and I hauled 13 squares of shingles in an hour and a half.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was just a young man back then. I could do it, but so anyway, I've
But
always.
how quick would you I shouldn't say how quick, how much more excited would you have been to get there if they'd have said, "Hey Jay, we need you to come play a show in a half an hour."
Oh yeah, I've probably been there in 3 minutes, and then I'd have put on a heck of a show for 3 hours. I tell you,
Yep,
but
for sure.
that's what I do, man. I love playing. I love playing and making the music, and I love seeing the folks and see how it affects them. I love it when you throw a lyric out there that you just know it's just bait and just you fix to snag them, man. Did he just say what I think he said? He's like, nothing nasty.
Yeah,
Just
what caught me off guard was when we were at at your show, you did this sound, and I want to say it was like almost kind of like talking through your guitar sound, but you were doing it with your own voice.
Like doing the hound dog thing.
It was the Hound Dog. I think it was the Hound
Was
Dog.
it?
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Scream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, that's practice. I'm telling you. Somebody, I think in Australia they call it like the guttural throat
Yep.
sing or something. I don't know, but
I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah.
yeah,
I was just like, oh my gosh, this is awesome.
yeah, I kicked him sitting a duck blind. Oh man,
um,
I love doing it. I love it when you get those subs cranked up and you do that
mhm.
hound dog or duck
Oh
blind
yeah.
low note, and people are like, "What in the world, man?"
Yeah. Gets the women
Oh,
excited.
yeah. That's
Oh
right.
yeah, I wasn't
uh,
gonna go. I
Hey,
wasn't
hey,
gonna go.
but let me. And I think I probably asked you this before, Jay, but I'm going to ask again because it's been a little while since our first interview. Um, when you get into your songwriting process and you're really kind of throwing a lot of personal feelings and maybe even experiences out there in your lyrics and stuff like that. How tough was that? I'm sure you're past it now, but when you first started doing that, how tough was that to kind of almost feel like you were making yourself so vulnerable like that?
Well, okay. There's a little bit of truth in it. What I used to say was, I don't sing songs about me. I sing songs about my observations and things I saw, down the street or whatever.
oh,
Hmm.
But
okay.
my wife stopped me and she said, that ain't all true. There's some of you in a lot of those songs, and I sure. I mean, there's probably some songs that have got some feeling and stuff in there that I've been through, some experiences that I've been through, but I just learned a long time ago that you can't just operate as a songwriter on your own experiences and your own feelings.
Hmm.
Dad told me this years ago when I was 12 and trying to write songs and in the church and it was just nonsense and on and stuff. And he said, look, if people can't relate to what you're singing or preaching or protesting, he said, then you're just making noise. And so I had to stop thinking that, think out of the box, and look down the street and say, well, here's this guy that's going through this situation. I wonder what he's thinking right now. Let me write a song that would be that. And one of the best things um, that's ever happened to me, and I just say this is the way I write songs, is I write the songs so that when people walk up to you at the end of the show and say, that's what I was trying to say.
Mm.
Mm.
And that happens. So every time it does, it's like, well, I'm doing my job. I'm doing my job. That's
Yeah.
what I want to. I want to write songs that was like, man, guys come up and say, I couldn't. That song says what I needed to say and what I'm trying to say in my
Hmm.
life, and the ladies as well. So it's all about that. But let me go back to your question. Yeah, there's a few things that I couldn't name anything right now, but I'm sure there's a few things there that every
Hmm.
time I sing it, there's a way, way, way back in the back somewhere. There's a little
Mm.
twing, twing, and it's
Yeah.
hitting on that heartstring or hitting on something.
Trigger some sort of memory sometimes, right? You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Usually, if it triggers a memory or something to me, you see me go,
Ah.
can't believe I did. So,
I mean,
but,
aren't most of the best songs that are ever written because of mistakes, though? You know.
oh yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
And
I mean, every once in a while you have some beautiful love songs or whatever that are written for wives, but
yeah,
most of them celebrities are divorced within 10 years anyway. So
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's truth. That's truth. And I mean, uh, yeah. It's a lot of it is. Um, uh, I tell that here's what I do. I tell people, even in the shows, I say, okay, we're not condoning if I may singing about some things up here. That's not saying we're condoning it or telling you that's what you ought to be doing. We're just saying if you find yourself in one of my songs guilty of something, just you can look around the room and there's probably somebody else right next to you that's been there too. So
yeah,
it's
Yeah.
I do
That's
is just
interesting that you say that too, because I always wonder, like, when you've been playing for a while, like yourself and everything, Do you ever like sit back and reflect of the path that you have taken and where you are today compared to where you wanted to be today? And like, do you like tell yourself, man, this is exactly what I want. This is why I'm here. This is what I'm doing. Like, what are your thoughts when it comes to that reflection?
Well, I mean, like you said, like I think you guys know, is that I came from a long line of ministers and
Yep.
preachers,
Yep.
and I spent my time in ministry, um, and no, I actually thought that that at this age I would be pastoring a little Pentecostal church in South in El Dorado, and fulfilling my dad's legacy. That didn't work, we're
I
25.
mean, maybe you're not a pastor per se, but
Yeah,
I mean, it's not
well,
too far off.
no, but I will tell you this. I do realize now going back, because here's one thing I've always done. I've always done music, and I've always played music, and I've always written songs. So yeah, I went through that, but that might have been just a part of this thing, so that I know again about relating with people, or maybe
Hmm.
that line right there. It may not be for me, but it might be for that person, and understanding
Yeah.
that. And that way, everything that I write's not so self-centered anymore. It's like you think outside that. You think about people sitting in a pew or sitting in a bar stool, one or the other, and it's you know what hit that person right there in the heart, and and when it comes to you, it is in inspiration. I think it's inspiration. It comes to me. It might be a honky tonk song, but it comes and it's an inspiration, and it says, "Hey, somebody needs to hear this right here." And it might be somebody that just is down and needs to get up and dance a little bit. Somebody
Yeah.
needs to kick it. Let's go do something. I say two things or three things about my music too, is that if it doesn't smack you in the head, hit you in the heart, or kick you in the butt, I'm really not doing my job. So it's make you think, make you
Hmm.
do something, or drive you to kick you in the butt to make you get up and do something. So
Yeah.
Well,
those are the three things that I think that need to happen when I'm playing my music.
well, piggybacking off of Howie's question there, when he said about, did you see this is where you'd be or whatever, like, how long have you been, in full time in the music field now, like as your only income?
Uh, if you count, if you count that time that we were doing music and ministry, I'm gonna say since I was about 19 years old.
Wow.
So
Okay.
Wow.
30,
So 5 years now.
Yeah.
30 yeah. I just look, yeah. No, 30,
Well,
30
that
something.
touring's really aging you, Jay.
But I mean, but I was doing this as a kid too. So,
Sure.
um, but you're talking about as far as making money at it, I mean,
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
was as a 16, 17, 18-year old, I was working other little jobs and doing stuff like that. But I went on the road doing music and ministry when I was 19.
That's
Hmm.
crazy.
I'll be 58 in July this year.
That's
Nice.
crazy that you've been on the road basically just doing this I mean, that's insane.
It
Yeah,
That's a
is.
lot of time on the road, buddy.
and so
I
I
mean,
know.
you've seen and been a lot of places.
I have. We just went out to Country Thunder and in Arizona,
Hmm.
and on the way back, or so we started and went through Oklahoma, and then Texas and the Panhandle, New
Hmm.
Mexico,
Hmm.
Arizona, Phoenix, and then started coming back and started going through the bottom of New Mexico and Las Cruces and over into the Panhandle at Lubbock and then Snyder, Texas, and I was like,
Nice.
man, I was in Snyder, Texas 37 years ago or so. I don't know. 37 years ago, man. And I started talking to some of the people there, and it was like, golly, I remember it. I remember that, and these old roads going up through Alamogordo. It was like, oh, I remember coming 30 something years ago. We come through Alamogordo.
Well, that's what I was
So
just gonna ask you. Like when you go back to a place that you've maybe had on the schedule yearly or bi-yearly type of thing. When you get into that town, does it all kind of just feel familiar and you're, like, yeah,
Um, yeah, but I mean, man, things are changing so
for
fast
sure.
now. It's um, you asked me earlier about an East Coast tour,
Hmm.
and I was just thinking about it. I was like, man, I used to play all over North Carolina and South Carolina, and we hardly ever get back to South Carolina for anything. And my wife has, we have our home there and stuff. Another home with the kids, and
Hmm.
um, but we hardly. I get back once a year to play in in the southern part of South Carolina, and it's crazy. I don't know. You kind of things change, and and yeah, you end up not going, and after a while you kind of lose a little bit of touch.
Sure.
I feel like that'd be a good market for you down there, though, Jay.
In South Carolina and
Well,
North
just in that
Carolina.
just in that southeast part of the country in general.
Yeah, well, I think so. We've never really done a lot in like Virginia, West Virginia. Pennsylvania's been good to us, and Eastern Pennsylvania's been good to us. It's funny though, we can go to Boston and stay for 2 weeks and play, 16 times and play that whole area. Um, but it. Here's the thing, guys, too, is that we're still doing all this on our own, and my wife and I are doing the driving, and if you're taking a couple of guys with you, um, and internet love it, but it's hard to work and do an internet sitting up in the front seat of an expedition. I don't care how big it ain't that big. Sit up here, trying to type out something or do make a poster or do a content. It just it ain't. And
Especially while you're
uh,
doing 80 down the highway.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And blowout. Here goes the blow. Pow. Last, I think we had three blowouts or four blowouts. Was three blowouts in 4 days
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
on the trailer. Man, I blew and so everywhere we turned, and we were fighting issues with the lights, and then uh, had a blown cylinder, and I was trying. It was crazy,
I
man.
You
think I
still
vaguely.
towing that same trailer?
Well, I'm trying to get rid of it.
Well,
Yeah,
you don't want to get rid
it's,
of it until you have another one, though, Jay.
oh, yeah. We need a new one. We need a whole new upgrade. And it again, it's tough to do on your own,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it really is. That's why I asked you about when you kind of started doing this on your own and that type of thing, and then you've been doing it basically almost 40 years.
it kind of says
That's a grind. That's a grind,
it
dude.
either it either says that I'm hard to work with or I'm not that good. You just get along. You should have more going on by now. So you're
Uh,
either hard to get
well,
along with, not
that's what
that.
we're doing right now, Jay. That's we're trying to get to that point here. We're doing our best to help you out as well, and I'm going to get you in touch with somebody else after we're done, and we're
Yeah,
going to see if we can get this ball moving here for you a little bit.
yeah.
Um,
I'll tell you this, guys. When I first came to Nashville around 2009, I had a producer that I worked with, and he after years and me just plugging, and so he really stopped. And he said I got to tell you, he said I'm just too old for this. I said, wait, what now? He said I just can't be kicking no doors in or pitching no.
Uh,
What am I doing? And so I was like, well, okay, well, I guess I'm. And he said, yeah, it cost me $100 just to turn the lights on in this studio every day. And I was like, okay, all right, well, let me go out there and I'll run down that road. And I took off, but I never had, from the get go, I never had, when I first hit Nashville, of course, I was almost 40 years old by the time I hit Nashville.
okay.
I never had anybody that said, you know what, let me walk you into these businesses or these labels or for this producer and introduce you.
Mm-hmm.
and no kicking any doors in and saying, "Hey, play him the song." You didn't like it? We're going down the street. There was never any of that. It was always just a little bit, scrape a little bit up, do a little bit of this, play for this, make a little bit of money, put some gas in your car, get to the next place, and do some more stuff. That's why. That's why this year it's going to. We're going a different approach. We're not going to just play venues. We're playing the city.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting in there early to the city, to meet the community, to meet the small towns, bring back small town grassroots concerts, and just get out there where the folks are. Folks are tired of $400 tickets
Yeah.
and
Amen.
nosebleed,
Amen.
and they're ready. They're willing and ready to pay $10, $20 to sit down and be close to somebody and
Mm-hmm.
hear stuff and feel it, you know, and without all the big speakers and stuff, but to feel it right there and say, man, that was the most. I tell you one thing, we are getting people at every show saying this was the best concert ever. This was the best concert
Mm.
ever.
I mean, it's I'll just go back to our experience when we saw you down there at the Ponderosa Barn in West Grove, which again you'll be there Friday, June 12th from 8 to 10. So go to jedwards.net or jedwards.com and go to shows and get your tickets for that show. But when we saw you down there, Jay, like it's a really personal, intimate, really venue with you, and we're so close to you, and just feel
Yeah,
everything, and just it's a really cool setting for sure, and I'm sure a lot of the places you play are like
yeah. I think I slobbered and sweat all over y'all. I got
I was
all
just
of
gonna
y'all.
say, I
yeah.
mean, I had some
Howie took a
vintage.
while to get that stain out of his shirt.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, and
yeah,
and it was one of your own shirts that you had to give me back, so,
yeah.
so my lawyer
No,
spoke to your lawyer and said, "Hey, why don't we just give you a shirt and we'll be
let you
done with
give
it."
him that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just like, "Yeah, that sounds like a deal."
Isn't that what it's all about? Isn't that what it's all
It
about?
really is.
It is. It's what it
That's
should
what.
be about.
Yeah. If you're talking
Yeah,
about rock and roll, or you're
yeah,
talking about honky tonkin, if you're talking about Americana, if you're talking about blues,
mhm,
every one of those situations is best when it's right there. When you're right there at it, it's just
yeah.
punching in the face. It's
Yep.
that's what it's all about.
And like I said earlier too, you are such a great entertainer. Like in between songs, you're talking and having a good time. And I'm saying this because I always think about I don't know, for like a Bruce Springsteen, for example. He's
Yeah,
now getting to the point where he's so woke. In between, he's talking about how Trump is a dictator of this and that. It's like, you know what, dude? The last thing I want to hear, I don't care what side of the aisle I'm swinging on. The last thing I want to hear is politics when I go to your concert.
yep.
And obviously, you're not that way. But what do you think of artists that like start to intertwine and try to, I don't know, try to dictate on what you're supposed to believe in because you're there with them?
I mean, I same thing you do. I mean, like, what has that got to do with the price of eggs in China? That has got
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
that is not what we're here for. And you know, I can understand if you're in there and the people are pumped up and you're talking about something, and you rally with the people. But man, good Lord, this
Yeah, but
all this.
when you're going just to see a show, with no premise of, hey, this is a show because we're anti-ICE or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, well then you know what you're walking into. But if
Yeah.
it's a show where you're just going because he's having a show that night, then like let's leave all that other stuff out of it.
Hey, just sing. Yeah, sing those songs that I want to hear, and let's move on. And let that. And again, that's the deal, guys. Why is that not the message anymore?
I
Why?
agree.
Yeah, why is it not the I don't know how to explain it. Why is it not the thermometer of
Hmm.
of your what you're doing and
Yeah.
how you stay where you are? It's like the thing nowadays is that there's all these people out there blaming the crowds, or they're blaming the people that they didn't tip, or they didn't do this, or they didn't, and these musicians, and is like, dude. when are you just going to come to the place that maybe you were not what that crowd was looking for, and
Mhm.
maybe your music needs a little bit of work or something. It's
Right.
just we're
Yeah.
all it's all, and we're talking about entitled. Everybody feels they're so entitled nowadays.
Oh, you said it.
Yeah, just you know, my wife had T-shirts made up for me in South Carolina. Had J, kind of my name, J dot dot dot. Shut up and sing. Evidently too much and telling, just trying to tell too much stories and be funny and stuff. Um, it would
I
put.
would say though, like, I think that makes you more relatable though, to be honest. Like
Mhm.
when you tell your stories and stuff.
I'm saying that yeah, the stories are cool, and that, but at the same time, there's some other people that need some T-shirts that say, "Hey, shut up and sing,"
You're
because
right.
Yeah.
You're for sure
really,
right. Yep.
this is this is not what I came here for. This is not what we came. People come to get away. That's the same thing with movies. People come to they want to go to movies, and I don't care if it's unbelievable. I mean, people go if I was going to see a movie about Superman, it's not because I believe that Superman can actually fly.
Mhm.
It's because I don't want to think about mowing my yard right now, and I
Yep.
don't
Yeah.
want the price of gas, or I don't want
Something to
Exactly.
take your
you know,
mind off of things, or like you're in your instance there for like a movie, like something to suspend disbelief for a little bit, like right.
Mhm. Yeah, it's funny you say that because, like, if I had, like, a long week or just a really bad week or whatever, I always make it a point to just watch a stupid comedy. And
yeah,
it could be the dumbest comedy in the
Hmm.
world, but it's just I don't wanna think, you
Yep.
know? I just
right.
wanna go and be entertained, and that's that.
Oh man, oh my gosh, I am on Tubi right now, and I am watching a a TV series that was out a while back, and it is so predictable. And there was 3 seasons. I finished 2 last night, and I'm laying awake at night just watching it. My wife is saying, "What are you laughing? There's crazy. This is so. I just knew this was going to happen. I knew I
Yep.
was going to. Yeah, don't trust your daddy.
Yep.
It's your
Yep.
Yeah.
20
Yep.
minutes.
And
Bad
that's
guy.
fun. And that's funny too, because like I'll even catch myself sometimes just flipping through reels or something on my phone, and you'll find something, and next thing you know, like you could literally be by yourself and you could just start laughing like out loud, like
Yeah.
out of nowhere. Like it just caught you off guard, and it's just something you needed at that time. And
Yeah.
it's the same thing with going
Yeah,
to a show, like you know what I mean? Like it's a way to go away, have a good time, listen to some stories through music or whatever,
right.
and just get your mind off things.
Yeah, and that's what I want too. Though the only thing I would add is that I do want to say that when folks leave, I want them to say, but that one song that
Mm.
okay, well the 2 songs, okay, those 3 songs, man, I could drive home right now and just put those on repeat and then hit me right here in the heart. And so
Yeah.
I want those too. I want those songs and stuff as well. I want people to
Well, that happened to me, Jay, and I've listened to your stuff before. But the one song that caught me off guard, forgive me, I'm not going to remember the name of it, but something with "lonely" in the title.
long way from lonely
"Long Way
or
from Lonely." There you go. Yeah, yep, that's it. And like just it was a really good storytelling in that song. Like it just and it was really cool, and I found myself kind of adding that one to my list and playing that one for a while after I was at your show there. So even somebody that's familiar with your music, you pull out a new song every once in a while or something that you had. Jay, this happens to me a lot because I love a lot of retro music too, and I'll hear a song on Sirius XM or something like that I hadn't heard in 25 years, and I'm
yeah,
like. I'm like, I forgot all about that song. And next thing you know, like the next couple of weeks, it's like on my playlist, like it's coming up all the time.
yeah. Oh man, we did that. We did that on the way back from Baldwin, Mississippi this Saturday. We are coming back, and I said, I, they were an older, some folks, and our bass player is an older gentleman, and and he was sitting in the back, and it made me think of this old record that I had one time called Country Rhythm and Blues,
Hmm.
and it was duets and collaborations, and I'm talking about real ones. I ain't talking about Jelly Roll comes from one side of the stage and who somebody else comes over and they kind of meet in the middle, but they don't even know who each other are, and then they split and they're going back up. And I that I'm talking about like Al Green and Lyle Lovett, and
My.
talking about Clint Black and the Pointer Sisters. I'm talking about Travis Tritt and Patti LaBelle.
Wow.
And, you know, man, oh my gosh, Patti LaBelle and Travis Tritt singing "When Something's Wrong with My Baby." Oh my gosh. So we got on there and I got to play in this, and I was hiding the names and I was making them guess who it was, who
Nice.
collaborated. And man, they Reba and oh my gosh, I can almost think of her name. Her daddy was a Natalie Cole, my wife.
Oh,
There
Natalie
you
Cole.
go.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Reba McEntire and Natalie Cole is like, oh man, it's just like honey and butter, just like rolling together, man. But anyway, we're driving down the road. And of course, my wife was driving. I was doing the riding and operating the radio and stuff, and I was just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. You get on my baby. They don't do it like that no more. Yeah, come on, there you go, man. Just I don't know. That's took me back, man.
Yeah.
Collaboration and go back to the grassroots concerts that we were talking about. That's another thing. That's another thing that's happening, and I'm seeing happen right now is that there's really true collaborations. There are guys that are going out, taking 3 artists, 1 band, going out singing with each other, just like Willie Nelson and other folks used to do. You never knew who was going to be on the stage with Willie Nelson.
When they had a show, didn't they called the Crossroads or something like that, right? Yeah.
But put these collaborations going and stuff. I saw Leanne Womack and Reba McEntire sing "Does He Love You?" Together
Wow.
at a George Strait concert one time, and so it was all 3 of them. That's just the stuff that makes these things real, man.
Sure.
And you're seeing these so-called collaborations out there nowadays. Those folks never even ended up in the studio together. But in the old days, and what I think's coming around now is we're coming back to a couple old friends sitting around together, and you got video and content and pictures of them sitting around the studio and cutting up, and then you just got a great project coming out of it. So
that brings up an interesting question, Jay. You're on tour and everything, and you could pick anybody to sing with you on stage that's famous. Who would that be?
Man, it would be we could be here forever because
You're number one. You only
can't
choose one.
pick me. You can't pick me.
I can only pick one. I can run you through a handful of folks, and I can tell you this, man. One of the coolest things ever is to be on the stage with John Schneider.
Yeah.
So first of all, he's got a great range, but he ain't scared of nobody, and he knows what he can do, and he ain't afraid to turn around and say, "Jay, hit that high part," and and he's a promoter. Hey, you do. Let's go, man. I think I would love to do. I'd love to do something. I'd love to just do a duet once or twice with Reba. That would be
okay.
But if you're talking about spending some time and doing a real, just kind of working together and playing and doing 4, 5, 10 songs together and working together. My friend Ashley McBride would be, man, I just think it'd be a lot of fun kicking stomping. Let's see. Golly, man, you get talking about people like.
Can I chime in here and say your daughter that you've already worked with? I mean, that was her voice is amazing as well, Jay. And I don't know what she's doing, if she's still in the game or not.
She is. She's working in here in Nashville at the rescue at animal rescue and stuff, and she's doing some of her passion and stuff. And she's not as involved. She stays real busy, but she does have a project out, and it kind of went old retro, kind of disco retro. It's really cool though. I love
That
it.
is cool.
Yeah.
We have my musical goddaughter is coming around too, Shelby Ray. You guys need to y'all need to check on her, man. She's awesome. Oh man, that's the thing. If you start getting over in that side, and you know, for those people that are maybe not as famous, and man, my buddy Dan Smalley's out there kicking it, and Randall King is guy. I mean, that guy's got a hold on it, and there's a bunch of there's a bunch of folks that are out there that of the just
Do you ever get
one.
lucky enough to have that happen? Like when you're doing a show and somebody might be around that, and you guys kind of collab for a song or two?
Well, yeah. I mean, in kind of a small way.
Sure.
So when I first came to Nashville in 2009, I met a lady named Shawn Murphy, who is Bob Seger's background singer. I mean, since they were kids coming up in Detroit, but she has sang with everybody, and from Eric Clapton, Bruce Hornsby to sang. She's on all the records for like Alice Cooper.
My.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, she was.
That's quite a range for her to be with different artists like that. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, she was. At one time, there was a thing. There was only two white artists I believe at the time was ever signed to Motown Records, and it was a thing that she did. It's called duets with Stoney and Meatloaf. Of course, you know who Meatloaf is. So
yeah,
he was Stoney, Shawn Murphy. In fact, crazy story about that is she introduced me to Meatloaf. So and I mean,
not the dinner.
No, I'm talking about the artist. He was sitting right next. She said, "I want to introduce you to my friend Meat." And hey, Meat, Meat.
Hi, Mr. Loaf.
And it's real cool. She made the induction, and then she said, "This is the guy we've been listening to in the truck." And I mean, Meatloaf grabbed my hand. He said, "Hey, man, we're going back in the studio. I need you to come in and write these 3 songs with me. It's the last 3 songs in the album. Write these, but I also want you to sing on them." He said, you need to sing these songs. I love your groove and stuff." And he just went to tell me what we're going to do on his next album. And I was like, whoa, okay, sure.
Sweet.
And so it came at the end of the night, you know, he came back to me and he said, he said, "Shawn's got your number." And I said, "I'm going to call her as soon as I get back, but I got to go to Texas for 2 weeks." And I said, "I'll be back in 2 weeks." And we were gone 6 days, and they came knocked on the trailer door and said, "Hey, Meatloaf died last night."
My.
You're kidding me. That's when he passed?
Yeah. So 6 days after, I sat there on the stool with him and said, "Yes, I want to write songs with you, and I want to be on your album. It'd be awesome. I'd love to do it."
Oh my gosh. That had to be obviously a heartbreaker. He passed away, but how bad of a heartbreaker was it thinking that you're this close?
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, it's one of those things that it's kind of the side note on the epitaph or whatever. It's like, y'all know that Meatloaf asked me to write some songs with him and sing with. It was take that to my grave. That was pretty awesome. But Shawn is amazing, and I love getting to sing with her on any time. And so, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them that's out there, but I would probably be going back to some of the older folks. The only ones that I'm really, I like Ella Langley and I do. I like Lainey and Priscilla Block. I like Priscilla Block. But I think Ella and Lainey have definitely are pulling. I mean, they got a grip on this thing, and they're pulling it back towards some old school ways. And so I'm really.
Jay, I have an embarrassing story about Lainey Wilson. I'm assuming you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I told you this, Troy.
No, you did not.
But but I actually reached out to her. I heard something, and it was on social media, and I'm like, you know what? This person has potential. And I don't follow country like you guys do, but I'm
Yeah.
like, this person has potential, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to email and see if she'd be interested in coming on our show, and she responded, by the way.
Okay.
Really?
And yeah, and I'm like, hey, I didn't know if you'd be interested in coming on. And she was like, well, I'm kind of busy right now. I'm doing, I'm kind of touring here and here and here and whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, maybe when you get back, let me know, and we'll see if we can fit you in there. And that was the last I heard of her. And then I'm driving down the highway, and I passed this billboard. It was a Bud Light billboard, and it's her on the front of the billboard. And I'm like, you know what? I have a feeling she's a little more famous than than I thought she
Let
was.
on.
I was like so freaking embarrassed, and I'm like, I don't know if she appreciated me talking to her like she was just a common folk or what. But, it was just kind of, I don't know. I was embarrassed. I
But you
could
know,
just say that.
but that's what you guys do, and that's what she does, and that's.
Yeah,
Oh, so here's a soapbox. Let's jump on this soap. Oh my gosh, I just found a soapbox. Let's jump on it. So here in my position where I'm at, and in that middle tier, and maybe hanging out down at the bottom part of that middle tier of this music and stuff, and so we're going to different places, and so we're reaching out to radio stations and
Mhm.
things. I told you guys earlier, we started counting up the other day that on independent radio, I have 40 songs, maybe 50 songs still in rotation somewhere in the globe that is still played. Okay, well, that's awesome. But you call some little podunk radio station in the middle of nowhere and you tell them, hey, we're coming to town. We just want to work with folks and see what we can do. And they're like, well, that venue that you're playing at, they don't pay us any money, or they don't, they're not a client of ours. So we really don't have anything for you here, nothing going on. It's like, wait, you're a radio station. You play
yeah,
my music.
Mhm.
I've got I'm being played all over the world. Wouldn't you just want to? Does anybody else? Hey, does Garth Brooks come to your house or come down to here in the middle of nowhere
yeah,
and come to your radio station? No. Well, guess who's willing to? I am.
Yeah.
So, but on the other side of that is sometimes you say, hey, we're coming to town and playing music, and they're like, man, nobody ever comes to see us. Yeah, we'd love to do an interview
yeah.
with you. And the next thing you know, they're calling you back saying, man, we just had requests for 15 of your songs this week. It's like, okay, that's great.
Wow.
And that can happen. But on the
Yeah,
other side, like I said, the first part of it is people like, you're in the same business. You do music, I provide that music, but you don't want me, you're offended if I called you. I don't think that's the way it is with Lainey. I think that she's totally understanding and stuff.
yeah. She was really
Her-
cool about it. I was just like, once I learned how famous she was, like, oh, that was nice,
And you know what, Jay? And Howie's taking all the credit for it.
Ah,
I
Yeah,
that's
put
right.
I put her on the map.
That's right. It's because of me. Because
because
of me.
because that you hadn't yet.
Oh man.
Like, so I had a kind of fun question here for you, Jay. Like, obviously this has been your profession for so long now, but do you ever still like just enjoy maybe sitting around a campfire and just kind of jamming away with the boys and having a good time like that? Is that something that still
Oh
happens,
yeah,
or?
yeah. No, I mean there are fact. I've done. Y'all know this, and I've been for the last 15 years or more. I just in my shows and anything. I don't do covers. It's not that I don't like them. I love them. There's certain songs I love. I just it's just for me. This is what I'm doing. And I think that there's too many people out there. It's just flooded with people just getting by doing a crappy version of some cover song somebody requested. So, uh, but yeah, man. Oh my gosh, we go ever so often. End up some friends call and say, "Hey, we're all in Panama City, and we heard you were playing down the street, and so we're gonna come out to the show, but." during the day or afterwards, we're going to go back and sit around the campfire and sit around the pool and do some stuff and hang out. And you don't have to bring a guitar, but so and so's bringing their guitar, And so,
Mm-hmm.
okay. And man, you go back there and sit back there, and next thing you know, you got a guitar in your hand and start playing some old stuff. And it usually starts out with, me telling a story about doing Christina Aguilera's "I Am Beautiful" in karaoke one night, and then
Okay.
20 years, the band said, "We got to put that in the rotation." It's like, singing that song, and they're like, "Yes, we are too."
Oh my gosh.
Hey, what
Later,
do you say we request that on June
oh
Yeah.
man,
12th?
it's not going to happen. I tell you. Hey,
he doesn't do that anymore. He does Genie in a Bottle now.
Oh, okay.
And that's what I did. I went up on stage and I was like, "I am beautiful," and sang away. It's just being stupid. And then I was like, this song kind of has a little grit to it. What if you said, "But you are beautiful, no matter what they say. Words can bring us down."
Well, I
And I
mean,
was like,
Jay. I mean,
"Oh,
when she sings it, it has a grit to it too. I
Yeah.
mean,
I know."
yeah.
And also keep in mind too, Jay, you're going to be playing in Clark, PA, which is actually she is from Pittsburgh.
Oh,
Who is she? I didn't know that.
She is. Yeah, Christina
oh my
Aguilera
God.
is from the city of Pittsburgh. So
Well, tell her if she comes out to Clark, listen,
duet, beautiful.
oh my God. If she would come out,
that would be so cool, wouldn't it?
you guys never been to the Clark house, have you?
Have
No.
not.
You guys never been to Clark, have you?
No.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, and Clark, yeah, it's about right there. But oh man, that is one of the funnest, coolest places to play. Those guys are just. I've been out on the porch with them singing my songs before till late in the
Nice.
night. But yeah, if y'all can get her to come out to Clark, tell her Jay Edwards will sing beautiful.
There
And
you go.
yeah, I will do it. I would say, hey, I know why you're here. You're here because Troy and Howie sent you up here to sing.
I mean, she might listen to us.
Yeah. Troy, I'm going to get a blonde wig and I'm going to show up to the Ponderosa barn and I'm going to be like, the years have been a little rough on me lately, Jay. So, but I'd be willing to sing "We Are Beautiful" or "You Are Beautiful."
Yeah, but yeah, man, I love it. I love going back and sitting around with friends and playing music
Nice.
and the things that I grew up on. Oh, people ask me all the time in that situation too. They were like, "Okay, so what's your favorite song?" And then it just unleashes. Then you're like, "Okay, we're start right here." And when I need you, just close my eyes and I'm with you. Oh man, and I'll go off on that one because I love Leo Sayer and all those songs start coming back, and you're sitting there that you used to play them, just sit there and mess around. But that's only when I'm at a campfire kicking around.
Exactly. Yep. So catch Jay at your next campfire.
That's right.
But
no, Jay. I mean, as we're kind of coming up on an hour here already, I actually can't believe that went really fast.
yeah,
but let's kind of remind people: Friday, June 12th, 8 to 10, the Ponderosa Barn in West Grove, Pennsylvania. Go to jayedwards.net.com, whichever one you prefer, and you can go there, click on shows, get your tickets there. Again, the Ponderosa Barn, it does not sell any snacks or refreshments or alcoholic beverages, so you got to bring your own stuff there. As we remind people about that, Jay, I did want to give you a chance to touch on your latest album, Average Guy, if you want to kind of tell people a little bit about that.
It's just the letter J, jayedwardsmusic.net.
Correct. Or yes.
But it looks like Jedwards, I know, but that's not. Jedwards is those kids over in England. Yeah, we do want to talk about it, man. We were just talking about Duck Blind and a couple of other songs and stuff that back from 2020, the album Average Guy. I just always thought we could have done it a little bit better. It was pushed and rushed, and it was disjointed. Because we're all in lockdown, we had to send this out, and when it came back, it was like, oh, that's something, I don't know. So
Just didn't feel right.
Yeah, but I love the album and I love the songs. And so, and last year we finished it up. I took it down in 2023, and last year we finished it up. It came out in December of 2025. It's the Average Guy record, 16 songs, Duck Blind. Man, it's got I Don't Want to Know, and just House on the Corner. Golly, there's a ton of different songs on there. They're just so cool.
Come on in,
And
the Whiskey's Fine is the opener.
yeah, come on in, the Whiskey's Fine, and we got that one right on that one, man. That one is you see that you're broke out. Oh, I take you to church right there.
Yeah, I remember you doing that one actually, Jay. That's a good one.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get me a choir and next time just for that one. But
there you go.
But we put it back out along with some other singles last year. Hey, I'll tell you all this on the singles. You know, they're like, well, you're supposed to put them out 8 weeks before you put it out. You're supposed to do all the pre-save and the thing and thing. And it's just all these hoops you got to jump through. It's like, okay, where's the music? Oh, it's not going to be ready for another time. And then when can I buy it? No, you don't buy it. What you do is you stream it. You do the thing. And it's like, what the heck am I doing with this music? What are y'all doing with my music? And so there's somebody says, man, yeah, to put the single out, you got to take 8 weeks to do this. Nobody's doing albums anymore. I was like, that's weird. I'm selling CDs out of the back of my truck, like the hotcakes.
Yep.
So I said, all right, well, I'll release a single. And I released singles. I released 3 in one day. No, that's not the way you're supposed to do it. That's the way I do it right there, man. So everything that we can do just to put our, be a burr under the saddle of some of these guys. It's that's what we're doing. But yeah, album, the singles are out. Go to Spotify. Have all the folks go to Spotify and find you some of my music that you like, and then we just say share it. Tell somebody. Hashtag tell somebody.
You got it.
I think this year is going to be the year for that we're going to move up in recognition, that people's going to start recognizing a little bit more. We're playing some different venues and we're playing the areas. We're getting into areas, locked into areas and stuff. So
you're saying that we should do away with the "Who the heck is Jay Edwards" hashtag?
Oh no, you have to use both of them. I forgot about. No, that one's still it's still a viable part of our.
Still relevant, huh?
Yeah. Hashtag who the heck is Jay Edwards? So
yeah, and I'm glad you said that, Jay, because that's my fault. But when you do type in jayedwardsmusic.net or jayedwardsmusic.com, it is just the letter J and then Edwards. It's not spelled out like the name Jay. So
oh, there's who
make
that
sure you
is.
put that in there, right?
I think that's somebody else. In fact, I've been getting some credit for somebody else named Jay Edwards on Spotify, but that guy ain't me. I dare right
now. Well, Jay, I know you have somewhere else to be.
Yep.
But we're happy that you remembered to be with us. So.
Yeah. I mean, it just seemed like every time we would get together, something happened.
I know.
I'll go ahead and say it. Last year, that was the biggest thing. I was like, we were advertising being at the Ponderosa barn, and the guy calls me up and says, "Hey, we never locked that in." I said, "I did." Yeah, come on, go with me. I already locked that in, and
that's funny.
I had to come back and say, "Hey, that's the wrong date, man." So, but
nice.
So, but it is locked in this time, Friday, June 12th.
The thing that's locked in is that 11th, and unless we sell it out, and I will tell you what I'll do. We'll stay in contact. I got to send you some new music anyway, but I will send you this, and I'll send you kind of a date that they're looking at, trying to make sure the thing is, if it's sold out, they'll do. They may do the night before as a little different. Thing. I mean.
Yeah, we'll keep that between us. But but no, let's try to get these tickets sold and get this thing sold out Friday, June 12th.
Wow, I was just going to say, Troy, sorry to interrupt, but while we were on, I had texted my wife. I said, "Hey, Jay Edwards going to be at the Ponderosa Barn again." It's like, "All right, we're going to go." And then so she's going. I'm going. Troy sounds like he's going.
I'm in.
And she already texted the two people that went with us last time. They're going.
Nice.
So
Cool.
yeah, so we got 5 people since you've been on the podcast with us.
Just a bit on the podcast. Okay, cool. Well,
So let's tie it up here one more time. Friday, June 12th, Ponderosa Barn, West Grove, Pennsylvania, 8 to 10. Again, it is BYO everything. So whatever you're bringing, you bring on your own. Nothing is sold there. No refreshments. Come enjoy the music. J, the letter J, edwardsmusic.net.com. All his stuff's up there. Socials are on there. Spotify links on there. And if you click on shows, it'll show you where all he's playing. You can go and click on tickets, and it'll take you to the site where you can purchase tickets for his show. So
Yep.
hope to see you guys there.
Got some great merchandise too. So
Yes.
get you a new T-shirt. We got you one there for you.
I really like this
Absolutely.
one, by the way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know who the one Troy's wearing. I've never heard of that guy. Johnny Cash. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Jay Edwards is the place to be.
Who the
That's
heck
right.
is Johnny? Who the heck is Johnny Cash?
That's right. But hey, thanks again for coming on. It's always fun talking with you, Jay.
I don't know who this Johnny Cash guy is, but Kanye West, and they fixed to make him a.
Is he going to be at the Ponderosa Barn?
No.
That's a duet. He and Kanye.
Kanye West and Jay Edwards.
Yeah. Oh, that would be. I would pay for that.
Yeah. Let me tell you this though. I have been on radio stations before when they said, "Hey, that was Kanye West, guys. Now in the studio with us is Jay Edwards."
What the heck?
Yeah. Who the heck? What the
Wow,
heck?
that is odd. That is really odd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny though.
No. Appreciate you, Jay. Thanks for stopping in. Always a great time. And looking forward to see you on the 12th in
I'll see
June.
you guys.
June 12th. Yep.
Thank you, ma'am.
Take care, bud.
You got it.
All right.